Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got my nephew's holding the camera and he's about to be deployed. This just got real. Thank you for holding the camera, by the way. I don't get that very often. But this is getting real and I've got chill bumps on my arms because we've been seeing this coming for a while. I've got news about the dock workers that are going on strike. We've got Iran lobbing missiles at Israel, and Israel is going to retaliate. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the oil that, Biden sold our family jewels to the pawn shop, pretty much. But he bought some back. We'll talk about that some too. But guys, if you're not prepared and this is a shock to you, this is going to get worse. These things are going to start happening. The longer you're alive, the longer you live, the worse these black swans are going to just show up, So if you can think about getting prepared, I want to mention that in the front of the video because before anybody clicks off, I want to encourage you to get some seeds that go into your seed dispenser. We got to be really careful here. Freedom seeds. I'm not sure if the algorithm picks up on that or not, but we've got illegals running wild, going crazy. I've got some stats here. Over 13,000 are convicted of homicide. 15,811 are convicted of sexual assault. So I just wrote that in there because I want people to be able, when chaos really does happen, as all these things pile up that we're going to talk about, You've got to have a way to protect you and your family, and it's only going to get more expensive. If anybody disagrees with that, please put it in the comments, okay? And hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell while you're at it. I always forget that part. Now, what's going on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast? Workers have gone on strike. It's been all over the news today. This affects 36 major ports, Maine to Texas. We're talking big deal. Representing around 47,000 dock workers. Medicine, think about this, medicine, electronics, cars, clothing, food, etc. So, what do you prepare? Half the goods we get come through the ports, over half. It's the first strike since 1997, the ILA strike anyway. Each day the strike continues will cause I wrote it 1 point, how many billion? I'm sorry guys, 7 billion a week. $7 billion a week. It's going to cause shortages, things are going to get slower getting here. I'm a little concerned about the stubby rod saver that's I have on Taylor Welding. Today was supposed to be the first day the website was up. It's still not up, but there's a few parts like the handle and stuff, you can't afford to build that here in the United States. That's got to come from overseas because you just can't afford to make it here. So, that might have me in a pickle too. We'll see how this goes, but we'll all be affected by this for sure. Biden said he's not going to step in. The government probably will. Behind the scenes, the back door, you could figure on that. And really, the free market is supposed to be free. Unions were a really good thing when they started, and they're getting a little bit out of bounds, I'm not going to go too far into that, but just know, not even the union is for Kamala Harris. That's like the first time in my life I've ever heard of a Democratic nominee not getting backed by the Teamsters. Prepare. Be personally prepared. Think about what you need. Medicine, electronic, cars, clothing. Now let's move on. Iran made a big mistake, says Netanyahu. They delivered a salvo of missiles. I had to check out that word. It means a bunch of them, like a pile of missiles was sent to Israel, and he says it was a failure. It's hard to tell when war's happening. The truth is a casualty, the very first one. But he did say they will retaliate, and it's probably going to be really bad. The last time this happened, and then Israel retaliated, you saw all the protesters about how everybody was dead. You don't see much of that when Israel gets attacked, but on the backside of that, when Israel retaliates, it's pretty serious. Now, the U.S. did shoot, we don't know if he shot any down, but the U.S. guided 2 missile destroyers, and supposedly, hopefully, they got some of them. We don't know, but as we were reading this, I noticed a quote from, who was it? I didn't write it down. From Hamas. U.S. bases will be targeted if U.S. joins response. So is that part of the response, shooting down their missiles? I would think so. It's all, it all goes hand in hand. And now I'm seeing my nephew get deployed, and it's really starting, it's starting to be real to me, and I think it is to everybody. So as this happens, the price of gold and silver and freedom seeds, I think, will go up. I'm not going to say skyrocket or try to blow it into a much bigger deal than it is, but usually when black swans come around, go back to Y2K, go back to the woohoo bat flu, go back to anything like that, and look what the price of 223 go for. Look at what they do. Like triple. It's a no-brainer to me, and I mention it all the time, but just think about it. Something you can make a buck on, and you can protect yourself with it. There's no downside. 1.2 million Teamsters, 77% wage increase is what it's about. The Teamsters want 77% wage increase over 6 years. They're offering up to 40. Limits on automated machines, cranes, gates, and tracks. They're trying to limit the machinery that's automated because that takes jobs away. Good luck. Technology is deflationary. It takes jobs, period. Somebody's not going to not work a machine that could do 10 times the work a person can do just because of the union said so. They might in the beginning, but it'll eventually peter out. And that's about it. The price of gold and metal is $26.83 for gold right now. Silver's $31.65. I think any pullback from here is probably a pullback to go higher. We're already at all-time highs. And the only thing I know to do personally is to stay long if you're at all-time highs. I've lost too much money trying to call the top. If you're thinking about shorting gold because it's all the way at the top, no way. Not with all this going on. I'm not telling you to buy it. I would tell you to get the price list from Stacey. Her number is 318-564-5823. 318-564-5823. That way you can get the price list from Miles Franklin. I'm doing a video with Andy Scheckman in the morning about what exactly is going on with precious metals, and it should be really good. So I'll be posting that tomorrow. And guys, thank you for being here. If you have any questions or want to add something in the comments, thank you for doing that. And have an awesome, awesome day. Later.